In this video, I'm going to be breaking down everything that you need to know about AI if you want to use it in your email marketing. I'll show you how to use it for your planning, strategy, copywriting, and even design to get better results than you're seeing right now. If you were expecting to see a ChatGPT screen, that is not what you're going to see here because ChatGPT is old news. That is for anyone who is living in the dinosaur age and is still doing everything manually and taking a lot of time and getting really basic and like not personalized results for their brand. When it comes to using AI properly for email marketing, this is where it starts. It starts with making sure that the AI that you're using actually understands your brand. In order for AI to understand your brand, you actually need to train it. You need it to understand who you are as a brand, what your brand sells, who are your customers, what do they like, what do they shop, and all the other data that it needs to do this successfully. Right now, we're in Eltie. Eltie is by far the best AI-powered email marketing platform, and it's honestly not even close. And before I go any further, if you are a brand that uses Shopify and uses Klaviyo, you can try Eltie completely for free at the link in the description and start using it for your brand. The first thing we need to do is connect to Shopify. By connecting to Shopify, Eltie is going to learn everything about the products that you sell. And this is going to inform how we put emails together that actually help sell those products. So with one click, you're in the Shopify App Store. One more click, you download it to your store. That's it. The next thing we're going to do to level up the personalization is sync Eltie with Klaviyo. This integration is going to allow you to push the emails that we create in Eltie out to Klaviyo in one click. We connect to Klaviyo, one click, we're in Klaviyo, continue. Connect to your account, done. For this example, I want to use a brand that everyone recognizes. So we're going to use Nike. Obviously, I don't have access to Nike Shopify account or their Klaviyo account, but here's where Eltie does have magic powers to learn everything about Nike's brand regardless. So this is just to show you for your specific brand, this is going to work for every single brand. Eltie is automatically going to learn everything about your brand. So I'm just going to put in Nike.com right here. We're going to extract the data, and what this is going to do is fill in all of your basic brand information, but then it's going to go a lot further using deep research, and it's going to find your target audience, your brand theme, which is going to be your branding that makes the AI able to actually design emails that look on brand for you. Then we're going to have our product categories, our unique selling points, and our brand voice examples. So right away, you can see pretty clearly that the results that you're going to be able to get when you have AI understand everything it needs to know about who it is talking to, who it's writing emails for, who it's designing emails for, who these products are for, and why they're interested in these products, and why they should be buying from your brand instead of your competition, along with your specific brand voice examples. There's literally no competition to a ChatGPT output. So for Nike specifically, we have their mission statement. Obviously, they're in fashion and apparel. Their audience description is active individuals and sports enthusiasts who value performance and style, seeking the latest in athletic footwear and apparel. We have their exact branding with their brand colors here. So I just clicked Save Changes, and now Eltie keeps all of this information in the backend. So all of this is stored and ready to use forever. Like, we don't need to consistently remind it who our brand is. We don't need to consistently put in our logo again and again and again when we're designing emails. Eltie has all this information stored, which means every single email is going to be personalized for Nike moving forward that we create in this account. Eltie allows you to simply have all of this data in one place and store it. All right, now let's talk the next step when it comes to AI email marketing, and that is strategy. If you've watched any of my other videos, you've probably heard me say that what you are saying in your emails and what you're actually sending matters 10 times more than how you are saying it. So the what is the strategy? What products are you promoting? What offers are you promoting? What are you picking as the actual marketing angle that is going to determine why someone should buy this product? So when it comes to Nike, let's say they're selling shoes in an email. In example A, which funny enough is very close to their current email marketing strategy, which is basically like, here's a product, go buy it. Compared to example B, where you're saying, here's a product like running shoes, here is exactly why you should buy it and who it's for. Example A, here's our new running shoes, go shop now. Example B, here are the 3 reasons why our new Nike Zoom X shoes are perfect for training for marathons. Because of their cushioning, because of the materials that they're built with, because of all of the athletes that we've tested them on. When you start actually marketing in your emails and putting focus on the angles in which you're talking about your products and selling them, you're going to see much more conversion. So now that Eltie has all of our data based on our Shopify integration, Klaviyo integration, and our brand analysis, we can now put together a campaign calendar automatically that is going to use top performing strategies that we have learned from sending over 1 billion emails for 8-figure brands at my agency, Dispatch, over the last couple of years. So again, this is not ChatGPT output. This is completely personalized to your brand. And it's working based off of insights from what actually works from brands across every e-commerce niche. So let's go ahead and put together a campaign calendar for December for Nike. And let's say we want to have 2 emails a week and we prefer sending on Tuesdays and Fridays, let's say. I'm going to say it again. Data is everything. Your inputs determine your outputs. So Eltie has so much now in the background that it's working with, but for any given month, there are new things happening with your brand and your business that there's no way anyone could know about if you didn't tell them directly. So when you're using AI for your email marketing, you have to keep in mind that if you don't tell it what it needs to know, it's not going to be able to create the output that you ideally want it to. That's where Eltie has this section for you to just let it know, like what is coming up in this time. So we're talking about December right now. And if I tell Eltie that there is a new LeBron James shoe drop on December 20, and then promotions, there's a Boxing Day sale, 20% off sale. And then are there any specific products that we want to focus on? Maybe for inventory reasons, we want to focus on a certain collection or certain product. You'll be able to pull these in directly from the Shopify integration. We'll say no over here, product focus. And then if there's any other info we want to talk about, this is going to be here. So here I'm just going to say focus on holiday gifting messaging throughout December. And if I didn't put this in, it's very likely that Eltie would pick up on the fact that we're in December. Nike is a brand that could have giftable products, so it's likely it would have picked that up. But again, I just want to make sure that this is perfect, so that's why I'm going to put it in here. Now I'll go ahead and click generate emails, and now Eltie's going to put together this entire calendar, again, using Klaviyo data, using our Shopify data, and using the data that we just gave it. And just like that, our entire month of December is done in terms of the strategy. So this is what good strategy looks like using AI. We have our holiday gift guide launched at the beginning of December, holiday gift wrapping made easy, winter training essentials, winter performance gear guide, holiday athletes gift guide, last minute holiday heroes, new LeBron shoe drop, and this is a teaser. So like this is something that's built off of our experience at Dispatch. You're gonna generate more revenue if you have a teaser campaign before you launch a new product. Eltie knows that, and it's building it into the calendar based around all of the other data it has. Then we have the actual shoe drop. We have the LeBron legacy follow-up. So again, based on our data at Dispatch, you don't want to just drop a new product that you invested inventory in and basically just say, here it is, go shop, and not talk about it again. You want to send additional follow-up emails that really hit on why someone should care about this new drop and why they should go shop, showing it in different lights. And if we look at this, just because I'm actually curious, it's going to basically say that this is a follow-up campaign that's focused on performance technology, basketball heritage, and customer testimonials to drive continued sales momentum. And then Eltie's actually going to tell you exactly why this works. So it's scheduled 2 days after the main launch as per product launch best practices, uses a different conversion angle that's focusing on technical performance and legacy to target customers who need additional convincing after the additional launch. This is strategy that you are not able to get from ChatGPT, from Claude, from Grok. This is not available if you're using a platform that wasn't specifically trained by expert, experienced email marketers who know what works to drive revenue. So if you just want to use AI to write basic copy and like have basic design done, you can use other platforms, that's fine. If you want to use AI in the best possible way in 2025 and 2026, then you really don't have another option but to use a platform that has all of your personal data combined with all of this expert training. Then we have our Boxing Day sale launch on the 26th. We have the Boxing Day sale continues on the 27th. And then we have New Year fitness motivation on the 31st. So again, like this is strategy that is tapping into why is someone going to want to buy Nike at this exact point in time. I'm gonna go ahead and add all of these to calendar. And now we can see if we look at December, all of our campaigns are right here. We covered strategy. Now let's move on to AI copywriting. If I open any of these campaigns over here, let's go with the winter training essentials. Eltie's gonna use all the information that it has on your brand and now all of the information about these specific products that it wants to talk about in this email. So it's saying this is a product showcase that's featuring Nike's cold weather training gear, thermal layers, and winter specific athletic gear. So now if we were connected to Nike Shopify account, it would pull the specific products that were aligned with this type of messaging. And if that wasn't enough to prove why the output is going to be better than ChatGPT, Eltie is going to combine that with our top performing copywriting frameworks for e-commerce email marketing. That is, again, based on sending over 1 billion emails, generating over $50 million in revenue, running hundreds of A/B tests on copy specifically, and knowing what drives conversions. With that said, we can just hit generate copy. This is all going to be done for us. It can just take up to a minute. And just like that, we have our conversion optimized copy for this email. So we have our hero section, our product showcase section, our value proposition section. So why should you be choosing Nike for winter training? And then our footer. At a glance, this all looks great. We have our header, subheader, text, our button, CTA, where that button is actually going to link. And then Eltie's also describing the type of image that it's going to generate. Now, if there's anything that I don't like here, the ultimate way to use AI is not copy pasting this into ChatGPT and saying, let me get something better or like optimize this. It's doing it right here and speaking to Eltie as if it was your expert copywriter, which it is. So if you were working with an actual copywriter and they gave you something that you want to give feedback on, you would just tell them like, hey, I think this can be more concise, and they would just fix it right then and there. And I'm just gonna say, make this more concise. And just like that, it's done. So no copy pasting from different platforms, no like manual editing, although you could edit it manually if you want to. It's just really as simple as that. This is how you use AI optimally. All right, so copy looks great. Now it's time to design the email. When it comes to AI email design in 2025, it is not at a place to be at the same level as expert email designers, which we use at Dispatch for our 8-figure brands. Eltie's current output today, which is only going to get better, is designed to design emails that are going to look much more engaging and drive more conversion than Klaviyo's default templates. And if you click that link in the description and try Eltie for yourself, you're gonna see what Eltie actually designs for your brand and be able to decide if it's at the level that you need it to be or not. But for 90% of the brands that I've audited that cannot afford to work with an elite agency, Eltie already designs emails that are going to convert better than what they're currently doing. So I'm going to hit generate email right now and we'll see exactly what Eltie designs. Eltie is finished designing the email and oh my God, this looks so good. I am like still in shock every time I see one of these generations at how good this AI is. So if we take a step back for a second and look at the copy document over here and we look at the lifestyle image, you can see that it's a hero banner showcasing athletes training in winter conditions with cold weather gear. And that means that this image was completely generated from scratch using Nike's product images. With the Shopify integration, this would pull in your specific products, meaning that if you had a sweater like this, and you had a hat like this, it would pull it in and work it into an image that looked like this. This is literally magic, and you cannot achieve this using any other AI platform that hasn't been trained specifically on how to design emails like this. Because the image here is obviously the highlight and the focus, but when it comes to actually driving engagement and conversions from email designs, we have a 30+ point checklist that we use for our designs at Dispatch. One of the things that is the biggest difference maker is having a layout that allows for scannability. So someone can actually open this email, see the header, winter training essentials are here, know exactly what the email is about. Right below, essential winter training gear, they know exactly what this section's about. And then basically have a subheader and body copy that builds on the header to actually sell the products. So if we look at this, gear that performs when the temperature drops, discover Nike's cold weather training collection designed to keep athletes performing through the season. From thermal layers to winter-specific athletic wear, find everything you need to stay unstoppable. And then we have our amazing image that features the product clearly describes the value props that we're describing in the copy. And then we have our CTA button to go shop the collection. And if we scroll down to our collection of these winter-focused products, these are going to be product images pulled from your Shopify inventory product database, and they're going to be reformatted to perfectly fit into the aesthetic of this email. And as if that wasn't enough on the AI design front, here is some more icing on the cake, and that is AI editing. So right now we're using Nano Banana from Google, which is by far the best model in order to edit imagery. And if we take this top slice as an example, this is AI email design at the highest level. We're going to be able to treat our AI designer as a real designer, and we're going to give it feedback here based on what we would like to see. So we can really leave a comment on absolutely anything, but one thing that I would like to see from this header image is I would prefer that this CTA button be white so that it stands out more. I'm going to click on the hero section over here, and I'm just going to say change the button background color to white and change the button text to black. And now Eltie is getting to work making this update for us. And just like that, took 10 seconds, it's done. This is literally magic. There's no having to go into Figma and change things. There's no having to like copy an image and paste it into Nano Banana in Google or ChatGPT and then ask it to do things there and then bring it back. It's all done right here in the platform perfectly. I love this email. And could anyone look at this and say, well, an expert email designer could design something much better and like, oh, this isn't perfect? Yes, of course they could, but that is not the value of using AI for your marketing. The value of using it for your marketing is to get something 10 times better than you currently have access to with AI and have it done really cost effectively and really efficiently. In no world should an 8-figure brand, or Nike in this example, be sending this email. Of course, this could be better. But for a brand that is doing less than $1 million a year in revenue, that's currently using a Klaviyo template, this is going to output something that looks 10 times better than what they currently have. And that is the value from strategy to copy to design that Eltie provides across the board and makes accessible for the first time ever to every Shopify brand. Now that our design is done, I just went and synced up my test Klaviyo account over here so that I can show you exactly what scheduling this email is now going to look like. So if we go back to our campaign right over here, we have our design that was just done, and now we're going to be able to click export campaign. And right here in literally 15 seconds, without having to export the design out of the platform and slice the images and bring it into Klaviyo, the images are already sliced right over here. And this is ready to just be exported to Klaviyo in a bunch of button clicks. You have the information to fill out, which is going to be your lists and segments that are integrated with your Klaviyo account. You have the scheduled send date that we're going to put in, the scheduled send time. We'll put in Nike test as an example, best winter essentials, all the cold weather products you need. Choose our list as an example. And just like that, we can export the campaign, no problem. This has now been scheduled in Klaviyo. The entire process is done. So we talked about building an environment that has all of the data needed to personalize your strategy and your creative for your specific brand. We talked about needing to include the frameworks that are actually going to drive conversions into that environment in order to pair it with all of your personal data in order to then create those conversion-driven campaigns. We talked about the best way to use AI for email copywriting, and we talked about the best way to use AI for email design and even email design edits. If you're watching this and you have a Shopify brand that is doing less than $100,000 in monthly revenue, and you're currently using Klaviyo templates or Canva, or really anything else that you think is inefficient, not the best use of your time, is not incorporating the best strategy because maybe you're using ChatGPT for campaign ideas, and ultimately is just not generating as much revenue as you would like to see coming in from your campaigns when you look at your Klaviyo campaigns dashboard, then Eltie was built for you. And now is the best time to use it while the product is improving every day and all of your competition has not caught up to it yet. So click the link in the description, sign up with your brand, get a free trial, no credit card required, no strings attached, and see what Eltie generates for your brand from the strategy, the copy, and the design. I hope you enjoyed this masterclass, and I will see you in the next video.